Hello and welcome to this Dominion League match versus RecycleGarbage. This is my second match of the season. This is their first match, I believe. So I'll talk a little bit more about the division as I go along. Look here, we've got plenty of village support. There's not a ton of draw per se, although there's Apprentice, and you can play Apprentice on Fortress for +4 cards, which is nice. Outpost seems like it's going to be pretty strong, because you want to be able to outpost and take a second turn if you could somehow align an Apprentice and a Fortress. You're probably okay, like, apprenticing villas and stuff, too. There doesn't seem like a huge need to get to 5. The early outpost turns are not going to be strong. I guess you want to get the Apprentice to start thinning the estates, though. Sort of a question of what kind of deck do you want to build? Do you want to build something with black markets? Do you want to build something with coffers from Baker? Do you want to try to go for a monument stack where you play 5 monuments every turn? With 5/3, I think the Apprentice, I forgot about the Baker token momentarily. I think Apprentice Black Market makes sense. You can start thinning your coppers, and then you can sift through the black market for some fun things. I think I will already take a Fortress here on this 4. I wonder, it could be an Engineer, actually. Engineer is nice because with Villa around, Engineer is not terminal, because the Villa, if you have some kind of terminal collision, you can always gain Villa. When you really want as many Fortresses as you can get your hands on here. They have a similar draw to me on turn 3, which is nice. So I believe this is the first time I've ever played RecycleGarbage. They are in the league rankings rated quite a bit higher than I am. So obviously that means that they're a strong player. But I have beaten players of that similar ranking before, so I'm not really concerned about that. It's just important that I play my best game. So my Apprentice has missed here. We'll see where they are this turn. Yeah, so their Apprentice has not missed. They're going to be a touch ahead here. Well, those are all pretty bad cards. I don't think you take a Camel here. I don't think you take any of these cards here. So it was kind of a dud reveal for the black market, but they can just go ahead and pick up a Fortress or an Apprentice, or it feels a little early for Outpost. Okay, I think I'm definitely going to take Inventor. Inventor feels like a strong card here, as I want to gain a lot of 4 costs, and once I play Inventor to gain something, then the Engineer can gain 5 costs as well. So I'm going to take the Inventor. I don't want to be that much in debt next turn in case I draw the black market again. So I think I'm not going to take another Engineer, but the other Engineer plays really well with the Inventor. Tough decision here. I think I will take the second Engineer. So I was going to say that I was behind from my Apprentice missing the shuffle, but they got a Falconer and I got an Inventor, which, you know, Falconer is also a nice card. What has multiple types in this kingdom? Falconer and Outpost. So most of the turns I'm not going to activate their Falconer for them, but they are able to do things like use the Falconer to gain a Villa or a Fortress, for example, and then Apprentice it. Probably you don't want to use the Apprentice. They're going for rat stuff, which makes sense. I haven't talked about Way of the Rat yet. There's a significant opportunity cost with Way of the Rat, right? You want to gain cards so you can use them. And here they're gaining a card so that they're using it as rats. They're not actually able to use the effect now in exchange for having 2 of them in their decks. I've started adding in terminals, so I'm going to go ahead and pay off my debt. I bottom decked both Engineers, which feels pretty bad, but maybe it's not too problematic. We're both sort of building slowly here, mostly because Apprentice is very slow at trashing. I'm definitely going to pick up a second apprentice at some point, especially if I draw it without any estates at some point. Or maybe I'll just need to hit 5 coins, which could even be this turn. But trashing is slow, draw is slow, and there are extra VP and monuments, so there's not really any need to rush to get provinces. So they've already gotten themselves another apprentice. They undid that though. We'll see if they... Oh yeah, they can certainly play the villa first for the coin. So in terms of the black market, I'd kind of like to get some kind of attack. Not 100% sure what attack that is. I think neither of these inspire me here. None of these. Yeah, Lighthouse doesn't do much. There's no attacks. Secret Passage doesn't net draw. I don't have enough money to buy a fortune, so I'm just going to go ahead and get my second apprentice myself now. And just start gaining a bunch of actions here. So the first action's got to be a villa, and I can decide if I want to trash one or both engineers. I probably end up with 4 money here. So I'll probably trash at least one engineer. So yeah, I can trash the engineer here, gain a fortress. Play the villa. I think the plan is just like to gain 2 more fortresses and then buy myself another engineer. The idea is you can also rat an engineer, but I don't see a lot of need for that. If you rat a villa, that's interesting. You get the new one +1 action. So if you have a big enough hand size, you can pile the villas by just discarding 1 copper each. Which maybe will come into play when the piles get lower. Alright, so now I'm just going to slam fortresses and get another engineer. So I'm not finding my apprentices, which is a little bit sad. I've trashed 1 estate, they've trashed 2 and a villa. So my next turn should be nice. I should have an apprentice and a fortress in my next turn. Although I'd much rather be trashing the estates until those are gone. I'll probably consider getting a 3rd apprentice in the near future. And the piles are running low. Like fortresses are going to run quickly. Villas naturally will run out. If we both keep taking engineers, those will run out as well. And with engineers, you have plenty of food to feed your apprentices. Do they have an action? They gained a villa with their engineers. So they have 1 extra action. Okay. Sheepdog's probably nice with engineer stuff. Not sure if it's draw. Storyteller is also probably nice because you have a lot of extra coppers in this deck. And you'd rather churn through them and see your good cards. And obviously Witch is one of the attacks that I was thinking of would be nice to have. So they've gotten more black markets. It kind of makes sense. I'm also thinking about just getting another engineer. Plenty of actions now. I have a lot of fortresses, so I guess I'm going to go another black market. I don't feel super strongly about that. I seemingly have had a lot of dud turns already. They seem to be pretty far ahead just from seeing their apprentices. Both of these apprentices are going to miss the shuffle. My first apprentice missed the shuffle. So there doesn't seem to be a lot that I can do control. For example, they have here a fairly large shuffle with 2 apprentices, and they found both at the top. Hopefully, they don't get through the whole shuffle this turn. And their next turn is not going to be as good because they're missing out on the draw. I certainly think a third apprentice makes sense in this deck. I just haven't hit 5. Hit 5 again since I bought the second one. And because I haven't gotten to play them yet, I can't take the time. Probably I can't take the time to rat them. I should be able to gain one off Inventor, though. I'll take this bottom card is my Inventor. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to draw through their deck. I'm not quite at Resignable yet, just because I've got the one Inventor, the one nice thing I have, and with Engineers, Villas, Fortresses, Rat, there are sneaky pileouts that you can watch out for, but I'm definitely at the point of needing to find one of those sneaky pileouts in order to win this game. Militia is going to be a very, very strong card here, given how weak draw is. They didn't take it? Okay, well, I didn't find estates, so I guess I just need to draw on. Play a villa. Okay, well, let's play some black markets and see what happens. I don't want to buy any of those. So I need to play a fortress. My next turn is going to be bad. 2 coppers. Estate. Not much I could do about that. Yeah. So Council Room is quite good. Maybe Forge is better, because I do, when I line up the Apprentices of the Fortresses, get these big draw cards, then I can forge a ton of stuff and get super thin. So that seems like the thing I want to do. I should have played the Inventor first. That was a mistake that I have made, but I can't do much about that. So I can invent a fortress now. I can engineer. I'm going to gain another apprentice. Trash it to gain the last fortress. Do I want to keep an engineer in the deck? Once the fortresses are gone, once the villas are gone, maybe not. I kind of want to get an outpost now. Get the last fortress and turn. So this is not terrible. Actually, I'm going to be able to shuffle, or to trigger this shuffle without these extra coppers and estates. If they find, right, if they don't find their second apprentice or storyteller, they may not be able to draw through the deck. Well, they have 3 apprentices now. It seems unlikely, but that's sort of what I'm holding out hope on at this point. Try to get a turn where I can play apprentice on foresters 3 times and do a big forge trash to get like completely thin, get rid of all my coppers and estates, and then look to like do some rat tricks. I guess I probably need to keep like 2 coppers around for Way of the Rat tricks. But the fact that they're drawing deck now makes it difficult for me to come back. I've also got the outpost, so the outpost turns are going to be kind of sad. And if I was ahead, I might consider skipping it, just because you can't really line up a good outpost turn. No, they picked up a bridge, which is probably about equal to my Inventor. Maybe slightly. I don't intuitively know whether the bridge is better than the Inventor here. I guess now that the fortress pile is out, bridge maybe is just a touch better. I don't think they need to take any of these cards. They gained the Lost City. That's odd. I mean, it does a nice effect, but they're already drawing deck. They have plenty of villages. And the giving me a plus card seems really nice. Especially if they paid attention, like all my good cards were in my last hand. both apprentices, the inventor, and the outpost are all in this shuffle. So I've triggered now a pretty nice shuffle for myself. They triggered for me. Probably Crown here. Crown's a nice card if they have the money. We need a workshop. So they're looking to pile. So the deck's fairly large. They do have to line up apprentices and storyteller at the top. Because they have the bridge in play, they're able to workshop a outpost and potentially play it here. Nice. Altar, maybe? Altar's probably pretty nice. Again, with villas around, we have terminal space. Bazaar doesn't do a whole lot. At this point, you have all these fortresses for village effect. Yeah. So that's their deck. They do, again, they have to find some apprentices or the storyteller near the top of the shuffle in order to have a turn kickoff. That's 4 cards in about 28 now. Okay, they found an apprentice. Black market, yeah, you can kill that. They've got a couple of those. They left themselves in debt, which seems questionable in a deck that has black markets, but I guess if they don't care that much about the black market effect, about actually using the black market to buy stuff, maybe the engineer is the fastest way they end the game by piling out engineers. I would have strongly considered not leaving myself in debt there. And that monument feels really, really slow. Okay. So this is not going well. I do want draw, so I'm going to pick up this patrol. Play my outpost. And turn. So, yeah, I have 3 apprentices too. I was not able to find any. Is there any reason to buy a haven here? So what am I going to buy? I'm going to have 3 money. I guess it seems better than nothing. And I can invent something. What I want to invent, I'm not super sure. If I even want to play this inventor at all. Now the fortress pile's empty. I guess I do, because I can always use it as food. Maybe I'll just go ahead and invent my own monument. I can always use it as food for the forge or the apprentice. But that was quite sad. They've been consistently finding their apprentices at the tops of the shuffles, and mine have been hiding at the bottoms of the shuffles, which makes it extremely difficult for me to draw cards and have turns. And I'm trying to do the same set of stuff that they're doing to do a first degree approximation. I'm just quite a bit behind because of the way the apprentices have apportioned. That's perfectly reasonable and due. Okay, Mountebank is... It's a bit late in this game. This game is ending soon on piles, villas, and apprentices. Earlier on, I would say this Mountebank is really oppressive. The Church would also be a good card early on. They could even play that Mountebank this turn. It's not clear to me that Mountebank is not right unless they're looking for a pile this turn. we'll see if that's what they're doing. Yeah, so I have 3 apprentices down here. If I don't draw them, though, I can't play them. They have really consistently found an apprentice at the top of every turn. Apprentice. 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 Okay. So I will ignore that for the time being. So are they going for a pile here? Or are they just... they do look like they're going for a pile here. And they appear to have it. This is what I mentioned earlier. If you have enough treasures in hand, you can just kind of auto-pile the villas. And because they have a bridge in play, they can do that. And they should have 6 money here. So they have to gain a VP. So they need 10 money. Or 8 money, I guess. This me never having been able to trash my estates. It's slightly helpful, but they've got plenty of stuff. Yeah. And now they just need, to play 2 money. Or 1 money even they can buy. Oh yeah, they have it in hand. Giving me a curse for the stylish. I'm not sure what they're doing at this point. Maybe just they're clicking out all their cards. Yep. Okay, so first game to recycle garbage. I don't have much to say about that. That seemed to be entirely dictated by shuffles. I didn't even have like opportunities to play things differently. So, yep, good game to them.